Hello and welcome. It is 1 o'clock sharp, and I promise to get started on time every time. If you cannot hear me or you can't see the slides, this is live, not Memorex. So please post a comment in the comment section, and our team will do our best to work to resolve your issue as quickly as we can. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And today I love talking about this topic because we are talking about how to increase your income potential. And this is super important when it comes to our business and how we can really grow and scale our business. And I say this a lot, but I want to repeat it because it is often overlooked. Your single most valuable asset in your business is sales. And some of us have gone into business for many different reasons. But in working with hundreds of business owners, I've realized that there are many things that are common around why we start a business, whether we wanted more choices or we wanted more freedom or we wanted more security, more control, or just a peace of mind. And if you have sales, you have money. Money is an incredibly powerful tool. And this is what we're going to cover today: how to leverage your time and stop trading your time for dollars. And how do we create these recurring revenue streams that can potentially change the trajectory of our business and allow us to have way more freedom, way more time, or just way more of whatever it is that you want more of. And why pay attention to me? Simple. I can be your small business's secret weapon. I dramatically improve the bottom line of small business owners. And I've been doing it for a very long time. I love what I do, and it makes me so excited to try and break sales records. We strive towards 7 figures, and in some cases, we go well beyond that. And I just want to start by saying we want to build the life of your dreams and design your business to support that. And we don't want to dream your life, but live your dream. And that's what we're going to talk about when we talk about how we can leverage this sales technique to grow your business. And I just want to introduce you to a concept that's not new, not created by me, called the value ladder. This value ladder is an example for a service-based industry. So we're taking an example of a dentist, which many of us are familiar with. And the value ladder basically starts at the bottom. And our job as the expert, as the practitioner, as the advisor is to slowly guide our clients up each step of the ladder. With each step might come a little bit more complexity, but more value. The client may have to have a little bit more confidence, but the next step delivers more value. We're often giving our customers a transformation, or our product is solving a problem. And sometimes we're solving life-changing problems, life-altering problems. But a dentist is somebody that everyone can relate to. So we'll start with this as a simple example. To get someone in the door, you might have to start with free or very, very low cost. We're trying to get them to make a small commitment. A commitment can be in the form of dollars. It can be in form of their time. It can be in the form of their email address or their phone number or contact information. It's a micro, small commitment. In this commitment, we want to experience something with them. Oftentimes, we solve a problem, just one problem, and uncover a new problem. You go in for a free exam and they do the x-ray of your teeth and they're like, "Oh, you've done such a great job taking care of your teeth, but you do need a cleaning." And we need the cleaning because it looks like you're starting to get plaque buildup back here and you don't want to have to get a filling back there. So let's clean your teeth. It will cost X. It's the lowest entry point and starting point that I am going to exchange money with my dentist. My teeth are cleaned, they look great, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, your teeth are amazing and would look even better if you did whitening." Okay, what's the damage? It's gonna just a little bit more than teeth cleaning, but your foundation is strong. We just want to brighten your smile a little bit. Fine. And you exchange more money for more value or perceived value. The next step is, oh, gosh, you're really, you put these whitening trays in and your teeth look amazing, but you wore them down back here. So do you grind your teeth at night? Well, yeah, I grind my teeth at night. I've grinded my teeth for a long time. Ooh, yeah, we need to fix that. So let's put these retainers in. And these retainers are super special retainers that will last for your whole lifetime. And if you ever lose them, we'll replace them. But they will protect these teeth back here because replacing these teeth back here, super expensive. And ultimately, I exchange more money for more value. Now, the goal of some dentists is to get me a full mouth of veneers. Like they want to really replace all my teeth with these big fake horse teeth. And that's the goal. That's the service ladder. For each step of the service ladder, they're delivering more value and they're charging me more money. Now, let's look at another example of a product ladder that you guys are all familiar with. Apple says they're an experience company. Well, you might say, yeah, you sell computers and you sell phones, but everything from the way that they package their products to the interaction that they have with you in the store to the ads that you see on TV are designed with your experience in mind. Now, so you might start with an iPod. Like you're starting at the bottom. If you are a child of the 80s, then you might have had a Walkman, which was a cassette player. And maybe you were fancy enough to have like a CD player. But an iPod was like game changing when they came out. And you were like, I like my iPod. What else does Apple have? And they get you up the value ladder. And every step they take you to the next ladder, you spend a little bit more money and you have a better experience, but you're getting more value. So you can get a tablet or an iPad and it's good. It works good enough for a tablet, but maybe you really want a MacBook. Like you really have been eyeing a MacBook for a long time, but that's a way higher investment than an iPad. And they get you up this value ladder. But what's interesting is at the top of the value ladder aren't the most expensive products. They are actually pretty affordable. But what's interesting about that is they are recurring. Apple has products like Apple Music, like Apple TV, that might not be as expensive as a MacBook, but you don't cancel it. So you've become integrated into their life and they've become integrated into your budget. So this is where I want to challenge you to think about how can you incorporate memberships, recurring revenue, subscriptions into your business. This is a very common funnel and ladder that many of us, especially business owners, have been in. How many of you have searched for something online and magically you find a PDF or an ebook or a framework or a template or a lead magnet and you opt in for that lead magnet? Maybe it's a quiz. And at the end of that, they're like, oh, here you go. Here's your lead magnet. Here's the results to your quiz. Wait. While you're here, would you like a free book? This book is going to tell you how to do XYZ. In the lead magnet or the free quiz, we only told you how to do one thing, but the book is going to tell you how to do 5 things. And you're like, well, what do I have to lose? It's a free book and all I have to do is pay shipping. Sign me up. What's happening is every step that I'm taking, I'm getting a little bit more confident in myself. See, the mistake we often forget about as business owners, especially when we're marketing our own services or products, is our customer, once we have rapport and once we've established trust and credibility, our customer doesn't doubt that we can do what we say we can do. Our customer doubts they can do what we say they can do. So we're having to overcome kind of the silent objection of their lack of confidence. And it's not fair. And sometimes it's not easy, depending on the problem you're helping them solve. But our challenge and our opportunity with the value ladder is to slowly build their confidence. So much so that they see the value and they continually increase that price. You got it? If you have any questions, type it in the chat and we'll get to it soon. So the next step, once I get the book and I like flip through the book and then I'm like set the book down with a stack of free reports, PDFs, and ebooks that I've downloaded. I'm going to read it one day. And that one day kind of never comes. So then I get an email and they're like, hey, we sent you the book like a month ago. How's it going? You're busy. We get it. We've done this awesome thing. We've created a webinar that goes through everything we talk about in the book in 1 hour. And I'm not a fan of free webinars. I think we've become conditioned to sign up for free webinars and not show up because we have the best intention to watch it later. But guess what? We're busy and later never happens. So I love paid webinars or workshops or experiences or whatever you want to call it. It is also getting them to commit to take that next step with me. During the webinar, you deliver value and you pitch to the next level, which might be a course. You know what? We gave you the blueprint. It's a lot of work. I get it, but let us help you. We teach this in a course. We have a live event. You can get all of these things done with our help for this amount of money. Isn't that awesome? Well, now they kind of have confidence. They're like, I want to do this. I think I can do this, but I have help. So I'll totally get it done. But what's interesting is that at the top, the highest tier that's on this value ladder is a monthly membership. There is value in community. There is value in having constant touch points. There's also value in always delivering more value. So much so that they don't ever want to leave. That's what happens with Netflix. That's what happens. We have every streaming service in our house because every single platform seems to have one show. AMC has a show. Discovery Plus has a show. Disney Plus has a show. There's all these things that have like just that one thing that everybody in my house must have. So when it comes to adding value on a continual basis, we signed up to get access to that one thing, but we haven't canceled anything. We continue to pay. So I want to challenge you. How can you take your products or your services and break them in steps on the value ladder? You don't have to have the answer now. This is probably new to you and probably something that you're like, I have no idea how to put this on the value ladder. I don't know. I didn't even know what a value ladder was 10 minutes ago. That's completely fine. But I want you to kind of shift your mindset. It doesn't matter what you do. There is some way to make it into recurring revenue. Ideally, it is leveraged time. So if you teach one-on-one coaching, there's got to be a way that you can teach group coaching. If you have one-on-one training, or you typically do training for like 5 people in person, is there a way you can train more people at scale than 5 people. So it may not be how you're doing business today, but I'd like you to be open to brainstorm of how you could potentially do business a little bit differently so that you have consistent, predictable revenue that comes in on a regular basis. No more, gone are the days of like hustling to get clients and then got to do all the work. And then you're like, oh gosh, it's coming to the end of the clients. I got to go find more clients. It is this up and down and up and down, and it is exhausting. So, how can we reduce that? And how can we build out a value ladder for your business that gets you to the target? Now, this is something that you're going to have to take your best shot and your best assumption and start with something. Get going with something, test something in this value ladder. You're not going to know if it works unless you try. And I'm not going to know if it works unless you try. So I get a lot of questions like, what should my value ladder be? And what should my steps be? I don't know. Let's figure out do people start? Where's the next logical place that you would take them? Where's the next logical place after that? And how can we get them into recurring or predictable or leveraged revenue? So you are going to have a link. I'm going to have my team post a page where you can go download this fillable PDF. You can save as many as you want and create as many value ladders as you want. And this is another example. So first, just start with the steps. What could the steps be? The bottom step could be free. It could be a free way to get them in their world, to get them to experience something with you. That is absolutely fine. But then the next potential step could be what? How could you turn that into a smaller, lower commitment experience that they just get to experience your product or your service, and then that turns into the next thing, which would be what? Each level can be taking their learning deeper, giving them more exposure to products, selling them additional products, add-on products, value-added services that gets them to that point that they should experience the transformation and they should be your raving advocates and fans. And the next one will go a little bit deeper. So this is where you can actually tie prices to certain things. You can look at it from a monthly recurring revenue standpoint. You can look at it from the overall lifetime value. Some of you may sell things that recur every year, like insurance, like software. That may be a recurring revenue that comes every year, not every month. So take a stab at creating this value ladder based on what you have today that you know you can sell, and based on what you may need to create that you know would be valuable that you can sell. And also keep open in your mind that it may be something that you don't have today, or that you need to partner with somebody else to help you deliver that full experience and that full value. Just to finish, I just want to mention this book. I would recommend that anyone that has a business reads this book. This gives you many different examples of how you can create a subscription business in any industry, service-based, product-based, home services, corporate services, anything you can imagine can create a subscription business. There's also a value if you're thinking about selling your business. There's also a way higher return on revenue if you have recurring customers, active subscribers, people that you can forecast out in the next year how much income is coming in if you didn't have to sell one single person. So the pre-tax evaluation for a company may be, or the pre-tax valuation for a company may be 7 to 9x EBITDA. If you have a recurring business model, it can be 24 to 72x pre-tax profit. Like game-changing numbers. Okay, I'm going to leave it on this slide, and this is the link that you can go to. We will post it on all of the different platforms. We're streaming in different areas, so there may be a little bit of a delay, but you can go to our website and you can see there where you can download the value ladder. You can get a link so you can find the book. And my challenge and my ask for you is that you go create your value ladder. Okay, so that is the only challenge. We have a couple of questions, so I just want to answer some of the questions. Okay, so let's see. So Andrea asked, would an annual pest control renewal be considered a recurring revenue? So Andrea, I think for you, yes, it would, but I think you might be able to do quarterly because I feel like, and this is just personally in my house, I get ladybugs like in the winter, and I don't know where they come from. They just like migrate to my house. And then sometimes I get ants, but it seems like I get ants like in the spring when it's really rainy. So I think that what you could potentially do is you could provide a quarterly revenue like checkpoint where you do quarterly pest control, and maybe you go once a month, or you could provide annual pest control, and maybe they get a discount if they pay for the full year. So many of us have software, and the software industry has kind of created this model where I can charge you more per month, or I can give you a discount if you pay for the full year. You can do something similar like that where you have a monthly plan that costs $20 a month. You have an annual plan that goes down to, well, let's up that. You have a monthly plan that costs $50 a month. You have a quarterly plan that costs $30 a month. Or if they pay in full for the year, it comes out to $20 a month. I am a big fan of getting people to pay for a full year if there's other options, and make it easy and give them an incentive to pay for those full years. Make it a no-brainer. They're like, why would I pay $50 a month, or I can just pay for the year and it's 25? I'm paying for the year. You may have people that can't afford to pay for the year. So you just want to make sure you can still service them, but give them an incentive to pay up front. Absolutely. So any variation of that is recurring revenue, where you have people on auto pay that you will service that are paying for that service on a monthly basis, quarterly basis, annual basis. And then that helps you also control your team and forecast, like, oh my gosh, we have a lot more company or businesses or residences that are on these annual subscriptions. And now we've gone from, we only had certain appointments that we need to fill up, to we need to hire because we have so many houses that we have on maintenance that we need more people. So it's a good problem, right? Um, can I use the value ladder for products? Absolutely. There's a lot of people that have expertise and they created a product because they're good at it. So product bundles could be, maybe you sell one product right now, and you could also sell product bundles to take them up to the next step of the value ladder. You can also sell complementary products that maybe you have a product that solves this issue, but you have other products that would complement your product beautifully that you never want to create on your own. So you can wrap in other products that would be valuable to your audience, to your customers. The other thing you can do is there's a lot of box services when it comes to products, um, tons around the beauty industry, but there are also some that are not common that you would think of. So there are shopping boxes, bulk boxes. I have a jewelry customer that does one of a kind jewelry pieces, and she started a mystery box subscription service. So she has people that call her and say, what's new? Like, what's the next collection? What are the latest stones? What were your ideas behind creating this? And she created a mystery box. So you don't even know what you're going to get, and you pay for that. So every quarter, sometimes she can send things that she bought too many materials for. So she only planned to make 100 and she's got enough to make 120. And she's like, oh, I've got leftover stuff. So she makes more stuff because she's a creator and that's what she loves to do. And her customers love it. They get a mystery box. It's in this beautiful package with a ribbon and this paper stuff, paper, I don't know, paper stuffing stuff. And it's an experience. And like unboxing is the part that they love to do. So absolutely, product-based businesses can have subscriptions. There's also mixes of product-based businesses that have also connected services with products. There are certain people that I have a supplement person, and the supplements help get rid of diseases on a cellular level. There is a process that you start in phase one, you go to phase two, you go to phase three, but in between, funky things happen. And if you don't know what's going on, she's there to coach you through it. And some things are in our bodies that I won't go into, shouldn't be in our bodies. And when they start to come out, people are like, whoa, what is this? So she helps services for a product based company. So you can be creative. Like there's so many potential things that you could do. Okay, so we're coming up on 26 minutes. If you have questions and you're not watching this live, you can still post in the comments. I just ask you to tag me so I know that there's a question. Otherwise, I won't know your question is there. And I don't want you to get mad and be like, she didn't answer my question. I can only answer your question if I know that you have a question. So if you're watching this after the live stream, please tag me and post in the comments if you would like me to respond. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys being here. Take care and have a great day.